everybody? Yo. So we got a smooth little fight card coming up Thursday this week, man. It's going to be November 16th. I repeat, Thursday in Las Vegas, Nevada on ESPN. ESPN Plus is going to be a top-ranked card. Top rank is Bob Barum. All those guys, man, it's going to come on at 5:40 p.m. Eastern Time. I repeat, 5:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in early, man. Catch the undercard. Like I say, Top Rank always got the best undercards, man, and this is no exception. It's going to be a deep undercard. All right? We got a couple title fights on the card, man, so without further ado, let's jump into them. First title fight is going to feature my favorite fucking fighter in boxing today. No lie, man. Shakur Stevenson. It's going to be Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin Santos, man. So let's get it, man. Shakur Stevenson is 20-0, 10 KOs, 26 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 5'8" with a 68-inch reach. He's from Newark, New Jersey. He's a 2016 Olympic silver medalist, losing to Robson Ramirez in the gold for the gold. He's a former two-division champ, man. Shakur Stevenson being WBO at 126. And he was also the WBO and WBC champ at 130, man. And he's attempting Thursday night to become WBC 135-pound champ, man. 135, it's lightweight if you didn't know. It's going to be a 12-round contest as well. All right, let's get into his opponent, Edwin Santos. Edwin Santos is 16-1, 14 KOs, 24 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. That should make things interesting. Southpaw versus southpaw. Have Shakur Stevenson fought a southpaw? I'm not sure if he has. But yeah, that should make things interesting. It always does. Edwin Santos is from the DR, man. His only loss came versus William Foster III, who actually just lost to Henry LeBron. And yeah, man, William Foster, I see how he probably could beat his opponents. You know, he just come forward. But if you can break that with some good boxing skills, you know, he's, you know, nothing to write home about, you know. And Edwin Santos losing to him, you know, and but fights make styles, you know. So let's see if he can redeem himself versus Shakur Stevenson. Well, he did redeem himself as a couple fights back. He actually went in there and knocked off a 12-0 fighter, you know, who everybody was high on. And he got dropped that fight, you know. He got dropped that fight, but he did come back to finish his opponent off in the third round, you know. So he redeemed himself, but I don't know if that's going to be enough, you know, redemption or skill, you know, versus, like I said, my favorite fucking fighter in boxing today, man, Shakur Stevenson. Let's see if he can get it done. My thoughts on the fight is I feel like nobody in boxing can beat Shakur Stevenson. You know, if they're in the same division, same weight class, Shakur is gonna win, period. I don't see anybody, you know, beating him. You know, Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, nobody. I don't see nobody beating him, man. So yeah, I'll say it's gonna be a death by 1,000 cuts, man. I'll say a unanimous decision win for Shakur Stevenson, beating the hell out of Edwin Santos. You know, man, yeah, fuck that. He gonna stop him. I'll say the ref gonna. Yeah, I seen enough. He cut him enough, 1,000 cuts. And man, I'll say a 10th round KO win for Shakur Stevenson. All right, let's get into the next fight I want to talk about on the card. Well, yeah, fuck that. Hold on. And making him the new WBC champ, man. Shakur Stevenson, 135 pounds, you know. Finally getting that belt Devin Haney was holding up, you know. And, yeah, man, having that bargaining chip. Now nobody else can run from Shakur Stevenson after he win this fight. So I'm looking forward to him winning this fight, man, and having that be the case, you know. All right, but let's get into the next fight I want to talk about on the card. It's a 12-round contest at junior lightweight. Junior lightweight is 130 pounds, if you didn't know. I think actually Top Rank is setting it up for the winner of this fight to take on Shakur Stevenson, I guess, be his first title defense. But that's a hell of a title defense. Navarrete win. But yeah, let's get into it. It's Emmanuel Navarrete versus Robson Conceicao. Emmanuel Navarrete has 38-1, 31 KOs, 28 years of age. He's orthodox style fighter, stands at 5'7" with a 72-inch reach. He's from Mexico, and he is the WBO 130-pound champ, man. Emmanuel Navarrete. Let's get into his opponent, Robson Conceicao. Robson Conceicao is 17-2 with 8 KOs. He's 35 years of age, so he's getting up there. He's orthodox style fighter, stands at 5'10.5", even though I've watched a lot of his fights and he doesn't fight that tall at all, so I really didn't know he was. He has a 70-inch reach. That explains his arms are fairly short. And he's from Brazil. He's 2-2-1 in his last 5 fights, so he's on the down end of his career, if you ask me, on the back end. And him getting in there with Emmanuel Navarrete is not gonna help. This is my thoughts on the fight. I don't think that's gonna help any. Emmanuel Navarrete is awkward, unorthodox, and he's a dog, man. So yeah, quick prediction. I'll say a KO. It's gonna be a KO. I'll say a 4th round KO win for Emmanuel Navarrete, getting that win. And, looking better than Shakur Stevenson did in there with Robson Conceicao in the public's eyes. He knocked him out in the 4th round. He won, the whole, fight with him and this and that. But, yeah, man, like I said, it's going to be a good lead up to Navarrete versus Shakur Stevenson. That's my thoughts. That's what I think, Top Rank is goal, with this card. So let's see. Both fighters can win and, get it done for Top Rank in that, big fight. So let's see if it can happen. All right, next, well, I ain't gonna really get into the undercard too much more. I'm gonna talk about the, the stars, what the up-and-coming stars that is on the undercard. So let's get into it. All right, you got Brian Norman Jr. on the card in a 10-round contest. He's a welterweight fighter. Welterweight is 147. Brian Norman Jr. is 24-0 with 19 KOs from Decatur, Georgia. Man, he's 22 years of age. I haven't seen much of Brian Norman Jr. I know he has a lot of fights and a hell of a record. But I looked at who he was fighting on his record. He hasn't fought anybody. So, yeah, that explains why he's 24-0. I know they need to get him in there with some names, but I'm not going to. I think I seen like one fight of his, but it was like I don't really remember like too much. I got to see him again, and then I'll give y'all a fair analysis. But, all right, let's get to the next fight I want to talk about on the card. I don't have any of these guys' opponents, by the way. Yeah, I don't feel like, their opponents was noteworthy. I seen who they were. They wasn't noteworthy, so their opponents, beat them, it'll be an upset. Then I'll talk about them in a recap video. So, yeah, let's get into it. Next fight I want to talk about on the card. The next fight I want to talk about on the card is an 8-round contest at bantamweight. Bantamweight is 118 pounds. It's going to be Floyd Diaz. Floyd Diaz is 9-0 with 3 KOs. He's from Las Vegas, Nevada. He's 20 years of age. Last I heard, Floyd Diaz was working at the Foot Locker, man. Humble young man with a lot of skills. He have a lot of skills. So he won't be working at the Foot Locker for long if he still is. All right, next fighter I want to talk about on the card. He's going to be an 8-round contest at middleweight. Middleweight is 160 pounds. It's Troy Isley. Troy Isley is 10-0, 4 KOs. He's from Washington, D.C. He's 25 years of age. He just recently made a trainer change. He's now, I think it was with Cade Caroma and all those guys. Now he's with Bomac. So let's see if he can, the trainer change can get his fights a little more excitement. Or not even more excitement, because more excitement doesn't translate to wins. But let's see if he can become more efficient in the way he does fight, because I feel like that's all he's missing is efficiency, because he has all the tools. All right, let's get to the next fighter I want to talk about. He's going to be in a 6-round contest at lightweight. Lightweight is 135 pounds, as I stated earlier. It's Abdullah Mason He's 10-0 with 8 KOs. He's from Cleveland, Ohio. Actually, I think he's from Bedford, Ohio, but he's residing in Cleveland. He's 19 years of age, and he's a hell of a prospect, man. He has everything, if you ask me, man. I like Abdullah Mason a lot. He is going to be a future champion. His dad has done a hell of a job with him. And, yeah, man, I like Abdullah Mason a lot. Also on the card, you got Giovanni Sarchito in a 6-round contest at super middleweight. Super middleweight is 168 pounds. Sarchito is 8-0 with 7 KOs from Italy. I haven't seen Sarchito, but he looks good on paper, and he's from Italy. You know, Bob Arum is always gonna find him an Italian to throw in the mix, man. And I think he this is Italian to throw in the mix. He's 26 years of age, so let's see if he can live up to the billing, of being on this undercard, or he's just another one of Bob Arum, Italian brothers. All right, let's get to the next fighter I want to talk on the card. Fighter I want to talk about on the card. And the last fighter, he's going to be in a 6-round contest at lightweight. It's Emiliano Vargas, the son of Fernando Vargas. He's 7-0 with 6 KOs, and he's 19 years of age, and he's exciting as hell. I like Emiliano Vargas a lot. He is a future champion as well. Like I said, it's going to be a deep card, man. Like all top-ranked cards are deep. And, yeah, man, if you can, tune in. If you can't, tune in. It's gonna be a hell of a card. It's on Thursday. I think they got the little F1 shit out there in Vegas right now, taking up the weekend schedule. So I presume that's why they have it on Thursday. But it's a Saturday night card, man. It's a Saturday primetime card. Any other time, man. This is a hell of a card. Tune in if you can't. Like I said, it's my favorite fucking fighter, Shakur Stevenson. Then you got Emmanuel Navarrete, a hell of a champion on the undercard. Yeah, with a hell of a, undercard after that. So, yeah, man, tune in, man. But, yo, like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, people. Rob's Road to Box. Yeah.